Hello and welcome to Cornish Walking Trails. Today we're in St Mawes.
Seems like Nebagissy.
Hello everybody.
Hello.
We're doing something a bit different today. We're going to have lunch in one of the poshest places in Cornwall, in one of the poshest villages in Cornwall.
Possibly the poshest hotel in Cornwall.
Are we going to go and find out what posh nosh is like?
It's probably going to be very expensive, but let's go and find out.
I think we're prepared for that bit, aren't we? I am expecting decadence. I'm expecting to be wowed. I'm expecting perfection. I'm expecting that perfect balance of sweet and bitter and all the other things you hear about on MasterChef.
Wow, yeah, you're expecting a lot. I'm expecting to be considerably poorer by the time I've finished our meal.
The reason that I'm expecting a lot though is because it's going to be delivered by the hotel inspector.
Ooh, the hotel inspector. Tell me more, Sarah.
So you've probably seen the show on TV, The Hotel Inspector. It's presented by Alex Polizzi, and her and her mum, between them, they own 3 hotels, I believe, don't they?
Exclusive boutique hotels, yes.
Yeah, the Polizzi Collection.
They've got one in Devon.
Yes.
They've got one in East Sussex.
Which is the one that was on the telly being done up, wasn't it?
That's right. And they've got this one in St Mawes in Cornwall, and it's called the Hotel Tresanton.
It is. Boutique hotel, and it's meant to offer the best food. So let's stop talking and find out what it's like.
We're going to inspect the hotel inspector.
Yeah.
And we're going to see, is it worth all the hype?
Yeah, and what is the attention to detail like? Sorry, I was looking down there so I wouldn't get run over. Yeah, let's go and see. Does she live up to that high level that she puts everybody else through? I'm so excited. According to their website, Hotel Tresanton is set in the South Cornish village of St Mawes. Tresanton is a collection of whitewashed buildings, formerly a yacht club. They create a very relaxed, almost Mediterranean getaway. The hotel even offers a yacht that the guests can use. So what are we going to be eating? We have no idea. We couldn't find a menu on their website.
Well, no. In fairness, there was a menu
for lunch.
But what we've come today for is their winter sort of special menu, where I think you get 3 dishes.
Yes.
It's a fairly good price compared to what you would be paying in there, which we'll explain later on. But for that set menu, it doesn't tell you. There's nothing on the website. There's no pictures of it, so it's a bit hit or miss. And I mean, I don't mind that. I like being surprised, but for you, it's slightly more of an issue. Yeah.
So those of you who've watched the channel for a while will know that I have a gluten intolerance, and eating out isn't one of my joys in life because it can make me poorly at the end of the day. And there was no mention of allergies on the website. There was no gluten-free menu, and I don't even know what I'm going to eat. So aside from the gluten allergy, everybody has their own taste, don't they? One of the things I don't particularly like is mushrooms.
Okay, so if mushrooms are on the menu, that might be an issue. I mean,
yeah.
There was an option when we booked the table to make them aware of anything, and I did say on there that we do need a gluten-free meal.
Right.
So it'd be really interesting to see if they're prepared for that and what your choices are.
Yeah, and if it's the same standard as your food.
Yeah.
Be interesting.
Yeah. If there's nothing there for you to eat.
This video is very short.
Yeah.
We'll show some.
Or I might get 2 meals. There you go. That'd be great.
That has happened before. All joking aside, that has happened before. So yes, a little bit worried. Are we going to mention that I'm gluten-free, or are we going to see if they...
Well, we are kind of inspecting them, and to my mind, if you're going to an exclusive restaurant, they should be prepared for you. They should already be expecting that. So no, I'm not going to mention it until we really have to. We're not going to prompt them. The other thing I'm slightly concerned about is the menu we're going for. It's a set winter menu. As I said, we don't know what we're going to be getting, but it does advertise a price online.
Yeah.
But I don't think that includes things like drinks.
No.
I don't think it will include
coffee.
Any coffees, and I don't think it would include things like the service tax. I think I read somewhere that was in addition. So that's like a tip, isn't it? Where they've added it onto the bill in advance. So.
Are you sure you want to do this?
Well, if you watched one of our videos recently, we went and had a meal at the Tate in St Ives, and that was quite expensive. It was over £80 for lunch, wasn't it?
In
this
a cafe.
Is lunch. Do you think we can get lunch at the Hotel Tresanton for less than 80 quid? If we can, I would be absolutely amazed. But
you've put the gauntlet down now.
Let's go and find out. This might be the most we've ever paid for lunch. We must be mad. Mad.
Lunch menu. Fish, meat dish, vegetarian, as you'd expect, and a set 3-course menu. The setting is stunning. The dining room and terrace have a perfect backdrop of the bay with glimpses of the lighthouse. However, this is not unique. Several hotels in Cornwall boast a fabulous sea view. At last, we can find out what we're going to be eating. We will be having the winter set lunch, 3 courses, £35. The starters, St Mawes Bay mussels, white wine, shallots and parsley. For main, halibut, hollandaise sauce, wild mushrooms, new potatoes and curly kale. And a dessert with vanilla panna cotta, autumn fruits and poppy seed tuile. And the wine is by the glass. So I wonder, what will we have? It's fish, so I think Sauvignon Blanc. The meal becomes an event with water being brought out, staff attending to us and food quickly arriving on the table. Gluten-free bread is provided and with no prompting, the gluten-free options are pointed out. St Mawes Bay mussels, white wine, shallots and parsley. This could be interesting. I've never had mussels before. The bowl came out looking like a piece of art. It's amazing. The taste is so good.
It's the perfect starter for the perfect location, isn't it? We're right by the sea here.
Yeah. Beautiful. Creamy. Lovely. How's it going?
It's okay. It's a bit fiddly, isn't it?
Yeah.
So these are mussels, aren't they? Yeah, they're amazing, aren't they? I'm making a mess. I'm not a good advert for them, but look at that.
Creamy broth.
Creamy, yeah.
I think it's onions, garlic, cream, butter, mussels. But it's beautiful, isn't it?
Works really well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Goes nicely with the wine as well.
Yeah.
It's like a challenge, isn't it?
I know. Mop up time.
Cleaning myself up. I need a catch-it-all bib.
The decor is soft and feminine. It's quite muted, has a nautical theme, lovely touch that there's fresh flowers on every table. You might have noticed as well that we are actually the only people in the dining room. I feel spoiled. Looks like a piece of art again, doesn't it?
This is halibut.
Yes, halibut, wild mushrooms, curly kale and new potatoes. Hollandaise sauce.
Beautifully presented, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it smells amazing, doesn't it?
Okay, so we've got some new potatoes, curly kale, halibut, topped with wild mushrooms and hollandaise sauce. It looks amazing. Oh, I can't wait to tuck in. That fish is beautifully white. You've got curly kale. Oh, it's just one destination for this.
You finished yours already.
It was so tasty. What do you think?
Well, it's halibut. I don't think I've had halibut before. There's so much meat. Is it meat on fish? It would be, wouldn't it? It's beautifully white as well, isn't it? Really nicely cooked. It's moist as well. It's flavours, wonderful flavours, and it all combines. It works really, really well.
I thought mine tasted so fishy. It was beautiful fish, though. It wasn't overwhelmingly fishy. It was just as you'd expect it. It's kind of been lost in fish and chip shops these days, isn't it? It gets a bit watery.
Well, I had fish and chips somewhere else the other day. I paid quite a lot for it. I couldn't really taste the fish.
No.
Whereas you certainly can on this, isn't it? This is just really posh fish and chips.
Yeah, but it's glorious.
Clear my plate, Sarah.
Aren't you a good boy? You get dessert now.
Alex Polizzi, right, from the Forte family. They used to own the, what was it called? Little Chef.
Yes.
Do you remember the Little Chef?
Yes,
As
I
part
do.
of the Forte group. And if you had a clean plate, you got a lollipop. Yeah. Clean the plate. Do you think I'm going to get a lollipop?
Yeah. Our lovely attentive waitress offered us a break between main course and dessert, so we took the opportunity to explore. Oh wow, there's loads of tables.
So, did you know before this was a hotel, it was a yacht club?
Yes, when you mentioned that this morning, I couldn't place what it was before, but I do remember it being a yacht club, which is why you've got that mast, I presume. So, yeah, I do remember it as the yacht club.
And apparently even royalty came here. I think Princess Margaret, and I think the Queen Mother.
But they stayed here when it was a yacht club?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's quite exclusive, and it's still very exclusive, isn't it?
It's beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful home.
So this is all the accommodation up above, isn't it?
It's 30s, doesn't it? 1930s film.
You even got a resident seagull up there, look. There you go. People are going to think we filmed this in like June or July or something, isn't it? It's the end of November.
What date is it? It's like the 25th of November. We're talking over lunch about buying Christmas presents. And I'm stood here in a shirt feeling so warm.
But people ask about visiting Cornwall out of season. This actually would be
out of season in Cornwall. We've got the choice of that restaurant. We could have had any table. You've got a really good value menu for what you're paying. You're getting the chef to yourself, basically. It is amazing. The food is brilliant, and you've got this view. Okay, so we have a vanilla panna cotta, autumn fruits, and poppy seed tuile, which is this here. Looks amazing. This is the bizarre thing about filming a meal as a YouTuber. You have to photograph it before you can tuck in. Yeah. I don't want to ruin mine.
It looks too good to eat, doesn't it?
It does.
It's literally like looking at a piece of art.
It's so pretty, isn't it?
I mean, I don't want to ruin it or anything, but...
What's it taste like?
Oh, you need to have that. It's good.
So you've got rhubarb, and it's absolutely beautiful. Loads of vanilla in the panna cotta, it's lovely. Mm.
We have to go for a walk after this.
I'm so full. And yet there's chocolate on the table. I'm usually the first to say, oh, I quite fancy that chocolate, but I don't think I've got room.
I'll help you out with that.
How can you eat it?
I'm not feeling well, Sarah.
What's the matter?
Oh,
You're in contrast. The camera's not working, darling.
it's not feeling right. I don't think it's something I've ate.
Right.
I think it's something I've spent. Oh my God, I need to sit down. Oh, I'm not feeling right. Oh my God. Oh.
What's the matter with you?
We must be bonkers.
I know.
How much?
Okay, we got over the shock.
How much?
I've never spent that much on lunch before.
Okay, in fairness, we knew that the price of the set menu that we went for, which was 3 courses, in a really, really posh restaurant.
Exclusive, wonderful hotel.
The poshest place in Cornwall, and it was really beautiful in there, wasn't it?
It was.
Now we know that was £35 each for that set menu.
Yes.
However, our total bill, we had some coffees.
Yes.
There was some water, which I thought was complimentary.
Yeah, I must admit, I thought so.
We've got things like the service charge, which has gone on as well, which
and
was 12.5%, and 2 glasses of wine. So, I think, do we need a drum roll? I will provide a drum roll. Oh, why did I do that? That hurt.
Are you digging out the
I'm digging out the receipt.
Okay.
Catch some moths.
Can I just say at this point?
Yeah.
Yet again, you didn't actually pay for this.
Thank you very much. Our bill, Sarah.
Yes.
Is here.
I know. Oh my god. £115.59p. That's more than a week's shop.
£115.59p. We're going to have to break that down. That is a lot of money. That is an awful lot of money.
It's
for
disgusting.
Lunch. It's a disgusting amount of money. But was it worth it? Did we have a nice time and would we come back?
Yeah. Okay, let's break it down. So just looking at the bill, there is a service charge on there of 12.5%, which is £12.84, and the glasses of wine came to £21. So we could have probably gone into a local supermarket and bought a whole bottle of wine for less. Well, you can, can't you? Then there's the starter, well, the rest of it is £35 for the 3 courses. Okay, so it was a very fishy set menu.
And yeah, I mean, we've deliberately come to try their winter set menu.
Yeah.
Right, that was what the deal was, wasn't it? That's what we came to look at. And there is only one choice. So it's 3 courses, starter, main, dessert, obviously. But it's fish.
Yeah.
Right? And they're shouting out there, saying, well, you're by the seaside, you're by the sea, it's going to be fish, isn't it? But not everybody likes fish. We had mussels.
Mussels to start. I have never had a bowl of mussels.
I've never had a bowl of mussels.
And we looked at each other and went, are we going to be flinging them across the room?
I almost started to have a look, see if there was a YouTube video about how to eat mussels.
It crossed my mind.
So, mussels was a starter.
Yeah, but they were delicious. Oh my god.
And there was so many of them as well. And the taste, well, if mussels are like that, I will have mussels again.
They were silky, they were creamy, it was like having it was like this perfect, I was going to say the sea in your mouth, but a lot of people go, oh, what do you want that for? But it's that freshness, the saltiness, and it was just beautiful.
A lot of people find, I find a starter is a little bit of an anti-climax sometimes, isn't it? Because it's never usually enough, is it? You're just starting to enjoy something and it's gone. And you think, okay. But that could have been a main.
Yeah, it was a bowlful, wasn't it?
It was very nice, and I will definitely go for mussels again. I enjoyed that, and I didn't think I was going to.
So, from my point of view, that to me meant it was good value for money. So it forced me to try something I haven't eaten before, and there was a lot of it, and it was beautifully prepared, absolutely exquisite.
One thing I would say with that is fish isn't everybody's cup of tea, and I know, for example, our daughter's a bit fussy. If she came here today, she wouldn't have ate that.
No,
so then
but my dad would have loved it.
Yes, yeah. So, going back to inspecting the hotel inspector, there was no mention of that anywhere on the website, was there? There was no. I know that menu is likely to change, but I don't think it's going to change massively.
No, I agree.
To be honest with you, if I'd looked at that menu before we'd come here, I probably wouldn't have come today because I would have been worried I wouldn't like it.
But did you enjoy it?
I did enjoy it, yes.
So the main course, halibut, again, it's a fish that is, it's kind of a step up from your cod and chips, isn't it?
Never had halibut before. If I have, I didn't know about it.
No, nor have I. But it was prepared beautifully, a little bit of hollandaise sauce and wild mushrooms. And I'm not a fan of mushrooms, I think I said that before we went in. But they were glorious. They complemented that halibut beautifully.
And they was on potatoes, weren't they? Which was really nicely cooked, wasn't it?
Yes.
I'm sure if you said to them you didn't want the mushrooms, they would have done something about that.
Yeah,
but I thought the whole taste sensation was fabulous.
Taste sensation.
Yeah. I don't know whether it's just a situation of large plate, small portion.
Yeah, quite possibly.
So my brain was telling me I'm still going to be hungry after eating this.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
But I wasn't. It felt right, isn't it?
Yes.
Ponzi food. Didn't think I'd like Ponzi food.
but it's really good, isn't it? The halibut was a beautiful texture, and the depth of flavour in it was amazing. I mean, some of the fish that we've had recently for fish and chip shops is quite watery at times, isn't it? But that halibut was beautiful. It was fishy without being objectionable, you know. It didn't have that nasty fishy smell about it. It just tasted beautiful.
And again, never had halibut before. I think I've had too much wine. I would try it again.
Yeah,
I would have that again.
I would too, yeah. And then panna cotta for dessert. Absolutely amazing. So I've made panna cotta in the past, and you put gelatin and cream, sugar, vanilla, and it kind of sets almost like a jelly, but that wasn't as set as I've made it before, so I've probably gone wrong somewhere in the past, because that was just set, wasn't it? It was beautiful.
Well, perhaps if you practice a little bit more, you can get onto MasterChef.
That aside, it was creamy, it was silky, wasn't it? It was, the vanilla was lovely running through the whole.
It was a lovely flavour. It was a lovely texture as well. It was a really pleasant taste.
Yeah.
You could certainly, there was lots of vanilla in it, which was nice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But the thing that made it for me was all the fruits that were complementing it.
Yeah, the tayberries, beautiful.
I don't think I've had tayberries before. They're like a large blackberry, aren't they?
You have had tayberries, he has, because my dad's grown them.
Is that what they were, was it?
Yeah.
There was bits of rhubarb on there, and this time of year in Cornwall, rhubarb, it's a bit stringy, isn't it? It's a bit gone over, but that was really
silky
nice.
And creamy. Those, I think that is what came through for me in all of it. The mussels were silky and creamy, the halibut was fresh, and the texture was there, and then the panna cotta was silky and creamy.
And I can't remember what it was. I'm going to call it the wafer. It wasn't a wafer. I mean,
a tuile.
A what?
A tuile.
A tuile?
That's what they said.
It was like a brittle, wasn't it? It was like a
peanut
brittle. It was
poppy seeds.
really nice.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Yeah.
So that was our 3 courses. And again, if I'd seen that before I'd left home, it would have put me off, and I don't think I would have gone ahead with it.
Fancy poncy food for
you,
isn't it?
It's not my cup of tea normally.
See, I quite like trying new things and pushing the boundaries, and to actually have something of that quality and standard on the doorstep's amazing.
Okay, so that's all the positives.
Yeah.
Are there any negatives?
So, negatives, any?
Do you know what? If we'd literally just been coming out today, I would have been struggling to find a negative. However, we were trying to treat this seriously. We were going to inspect the hotel inspector, weren't we? And to be honest with you, looking at their website before I came out, I was really disappointed. I was worried about coming here today because I didn't know what the total cost was going to be. I knew that there would be extra costs for things like the drinks, and you know, they were going to put the service charge on, which I hate. I want to make my own decision with that.
Yeah.
And it does say there that it would be added, but you feel really embarrassed if you say, nah.
It's churlish.
It is churlish, isn't it?
And they treated us so well.
They did. They treated us so well. So that's fine, isn't it? So there were some negatives, and I also did think it's that thing. I don't feel I belong there.
Oh dear.
No, I do. I feel like, you know.
You're stepping up a plate.
Yeah, I don't think you know, it doesn't feel quite right. I feel on edge, and I was worried I was going to be made to feel like that, but it didn't. I felt as if it was fine. It was nice, wasn't it? It was really nice, isn't it? But some of the decor in this area is a little bit shabby.
Yes. The seat I was sat on is a little bit stained.
It's probably had a lot of wear and tear over the summer, isn't it?
Yeah.
There was little minor stuff on there. The table legs, they were all a little bit chipped, weren't they? The windows were nice and clean. We had a lovely view, didn't we?
Yes.
I did go to the toilet, and as you'd expect, I did film my experience in the toilet.
God, you didn't.
I did, and I wasn't very impressed with the toilet seat.
Oh, why?
It's a standard one. It's not soft close. I was expecting a soft close.
But was it clean?
It was clean.
Well, there you go then. You can't have everything.
But that's quite minor, isn't it? But these are little tiny things. But sort the website out.
So negatives for me, there was a few chips and dents on the furniture. I mean, the table linen covered up most of it, but the table legs themselves were not quite perfect. And the seat I'm sat on, a little bit stained. It's obviously been used a lot. It's probably a favourite seat. A lot of people sit there. So there's going to be a bit of wear and tear on that as well. So yeah, I think that's the only minor negatives on the actual atmosphere. It actually felt as though Poirot could walk in at any moment.
Sarah doesn't know this, but that was Alex Polizzi. I will tell her.
Right, we need to do this quickly because our battery's flashing.
That was Alex Polizzi.
I know. And by the way, we've paid for this meal. There's been nothing, no sponsorship or anything to do here. We've actually come here off our own bat, paid for the meal to find out what it's like to eat posh food in a posh village in Cornwall. What's your score?
Well, we scored out of 5, don't we?
Yes.
We did a TripAdvisor way, don't we? Okay.
Yeah.
Look, the quality of that food, you cannot complain about that.
No.
In fact, I would have paid more for that. It was that good.
Gosh.
All right, which does surprise me. If you told me I was going to say that before we came here today, I would say, Sarah, slap me across the face. I'm not going to say that, but it was very, very good. I felt they treated us really nicely in there.
Yes, service was stunning.
They were bang on it with your gluten-free stuff, weren't they?
Yeah.
They knew the moment we walked through that door you were gluten-free,
Yeah,
and they
mentioned
offered you
it straight away.
everything, didn't they? The view is to die for. We got lucky today in so much as it was quite quiet there, which suits us, and it's quite hard to film these things as well.
I know.
There were 1 or 2 things I felt that did let it down a little bit, mainly before we came. As I said, it put me off because I couldn't see what I was going to eat.
Yes.
It put me off because I didn't know what that total bill was going to be, and I am a bit tight, and I like to know these things before I come in. And I did think that in 1 or 2 places, you know, the decor is starting to look a little bit shabby, but that is such a minor thing.
It doesn't affect the quality of the food and the taste of the food, though, does it?
Absolutely
I mean,
not.
Today we were virtually the only ones in the restaurant, so it was like having a chef prepare food personally for you. What's your score?
Okay.
Go on.
I don't like the fact as well that you've got to have that obligatory service charge. That does annoy me.
It's becoming standard, isn't it?
I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
I
going
didn't think
high?
I didn't think
I
there was
thought you were gonna be
any way in
lower.
the world I was going to give it that before I came out today.
Well,
and I would come back.
Like you, I do echo the fact that because of the gluten side of things, I was a little bit worried, a little bit trepidatious, but it was fine. It was perfect. I can't fault it. I don't think there was anything I didn't enjoy. It's going to have to be a 5 out of 5 for me.
It's £115 or so.
But
If you want to treat yourself, it's not saying you're going to do every day of the week, is it? You'd be absolutely bankrupt if you did.
Once a year.
Once a year. If you want to treat yourself and come to somewhere special in Cornwall and be treated like royalty.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have lots of happy memories of coming to it. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah. Okay, so that's a combined score of 4.75.
Which is pretty high for us, isn't it?
It is. I'm surprised you marked it that high, actually.
I am too. I think it must have been the big portion of wine I had.
Golden question: would you come back?
Yes.
Good, because we will be back. I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it too.
I'll treat you again sometime.
Yeah, I genuinely thought I wouldn't enjoy that today. I thought I would feel out of place.
And it was okay.
It was nice. It's really good.
Very good.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, are we summing up now? Are we signing off?
I think so.
Okay, so are we bonkers for paying £115 for lunch? Put it in the comments, and we'll see you next time. Until then, bye-bye.
Bye.